ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay, sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang digan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang digan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw, batang may galawan kaya halimaw bumitaw.
Constructicons and Pampanga Delta to please proceed to the center court in front of your respective benches for the Philippine National Anthem. Inaanyayahan natin ang lahat na maaaring tumayo po and take off your caps as a sign of respect for the Philippine flag. May we request on last Friday's best player of the game, Jeffrey Santos, to carry the Philippine flag to the center court.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang mag-ibig, dalas ng sinakanan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyag ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit ng bangaw, ay hinatang tulad, awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magtitingin. Luma ng araw ng walhagin pagsikta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mag-aamig, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
May we request everyone to remain standing for the provincial hymn of Pampanga.
Kapampangan mi sakwak, kinglegwananing alaya, gabunding pantas at marangal, sibul ning lubud, karinaning tepangan, batis ning katalaruan, at panamdam makabanen, ligaya mi ingye payapa, king malugod mong kandungan. Kapampangan sa lening leguan, Kapampangan sandalaning katimawan, kilubing pusumi, atin kang dambana, luit ka, palsintan ming Kapampangan. Luit ka, palsintan ming Kapampangan.
You may now take your seats. Teams may now continue for the warm-up.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Iangat, laro.
We're back to the Renzi Giao Convention Center for some homegrown basketball action. It's the main event in the NBL Chairman's Cup between the Muntinlupa Constructicons against the host team, the Pampanga Delta. Good evening once again. My name is Carlos Sacamos. It's a pleasure to take you through the action in today's main event in the scheduled doubleheader in the NBL Season 2022 Chairman's Cup. We're live on Solar Sports and on the social media channels of the NBL Pilipinas as you take a look at Coach Jerome Ejercito trying to lead this team to a winning streak as they pulled the rug from under the Quezon All-Stars 95-92. It was actually the Muntinlupa Constructicons were down for most of the game before pulling the rug again from under. They led by just 5 minutes after that close game throughout, while on the other end, the Pampanga Delta started their title defense on a high note with a close also victory against the Quezon All-Stars 112-110. It was a victory starting the right defense on the high note. So before we start the game, we turn you over to Kiko Malikdem for the starting lineups.
Let's now meet the starting five for Muntinlupa Constructicons. From Barangay Putatan, number 2, Francis Barcar. Number 14 from Barangay Putatan, Andre Montserrat. Number 15 from Barangay Kupang, Manu Cudinera. Number 17 from Barangay Poblacion, Danny Diocampo. And number 20 from Barangay Kupang, Lloyd Cabigin. Head coach, Jerome Ejercito. And now, here's your Pampanga Delta. Number 27 from Porac, Pampanga, Mark Tamayo. Number 9 from Santa Rita, Jeffrey Santos. Number 3 from Mexico, Pampanga. Number 3, CJ Ganya. From Lubao, number 10, Matt De Leon. And number 7 from Bacolor, Al Lianco. Head coach, Pedic Di Matulak. Game officials, Jeff Lunar, Junel Buse, and Carlo Vergara. This.
And we take a look at the starting lineups. It's Tamayo, Santos, Bianco, De Leon, and Ganya for the Delta. And for the Constructicons, Abarcar, Cordillera, Cabegin, Montserrat, and Danny D. Ocampo, the one-eyed wonder for the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Let me say that right. As Montserrat trying to start the game on a right note for the Muntinlupa, who are on a winning streak in this season of the NBL Chairman's Cup. The main event is underway between the Pampanga Delta and the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Earlier, it was the Gig Generals holding off the Kamsur Express to get back-to-back victories after starting the season with a loss. So we'll see if which of these two teams can continue their winning streaks, respective winning streaks. Mr. Cabegin, one of the bright spots in that victory against the All-Stars, trying to pick up from where he left off. Diocampo puts Muntinlupa on the board. Then, as we mentioned earlier, Danny Diocampo playing with just one good eye due to an ailment since he was a kid. Despite his ailment, he still delivers for Muntinlupa. As Ganya misses that three-point attempt. Jeffrey Santos trying to, again, pick up from where he left off. He was the best player in their last game against also the Quezon All-Stars. Abarcar gets called for the foul. Former San Beda guard, now playing for his home team, Muntinlupa. The fake inside, no good. Kick it out to Santos outside. Strong on that three-point attempt. Muntinlupa now trying to get to the board, but Kabegin loses the handle. Ganya. Now it's Liangco on top of the key. Santos loses the leather. Abarcar now, 3-on-2. Cordillera taking it strong and draws the foul. Manu Cordillera. As the son of former PBA great Jerry Cordillera troops to the foul line for two. And he misses the first free throw, however. Second one is good. The Constructicons up by 3 points. A proud father right there in Coach Jerry Cordillera, acting as one of the team governors for Muntinlupa. Coach Jerome Ejercito Manning calling the shots for Muntinlupa. Quick two fouls for Francis Abarcar. As De Leon heads to the foul line to try to put the Delta on the board, and he does. Matt De Leon strong on that second attempt, but Jeffrey Santos with the offensive board. Santos step back, in and out. Bianco, the offensive board. The ball goes to the other end. Andre Montserrat orchestrating the offense for Muntinlupa. Diocampo, pull-up J, nice, good. Danny Diocampo heating up early on for Muntinlupa, giving them a 4-point lead. Danny Diocampo doing it on both ends and finishing with the layup. Danny Diocampo, back-to-back buckets. Constructicons up by 6. Tamayo gets it stolen. Now it's Abarcar on the other end. Abarcar gets denied. CJ Ganya with a rejection. The Kapampangan Skywalker showing his athleticism. Cordillera loses the handle. Delta get the ball back. Tamayo wide open for 3. No good. Abarcar trying to put it last ball to Jeffrey Santos. And the Delta call for time. Danny Diocampo again. Early offense for the Constructicons, and the steal, doing it on both ends. And he finishes that fast break. And Abarcar here thinking he had a free lane, but CJ Ganya was there to deny. Take a look at it again. The Kapampangan Skywalker doing what he does best. her back to the ball game. Francis Abarcar. Denied by CJ Ganya. But Delta still down by 6. Shot is no good for Delta, but another opportunity this time. Tamayo. Inside, denial again, this time by Kabegin. Abarcar on the break. Abarcar loses the handle again. Santos to Tamayo, to Ganya. Top board. CJ Ganya. The first field goal for the Delta cuts the lead to 4. Manu decides to take it himself. Way short on that jumper. Now it's Ganya. Kicks it out. Santos for 3. Wala. Ball goes to Kabegin. Now it's Montserrat on the other end. Andre Diocampo. No go on this mid-range jumper. Tamayo. Victoria. Santos nearly losing that. Ganya for 3. Wala. Tamayo gets another possession. But De Leon misses that jumper. And ball goes to the other end with that loose ball foul. Looks like it was Victoria clearly pushing off Danny Diocampo to get called for that loose ball foul. Codinera for 3. Corner, no good. Ganya the rebound. De Leon looking for a teammate. Now it's Santos. Victoria wants it inside against Diocampo. Victoria powering his way inside. Danny Diocampo asking for an offensive foul, but he doesn't get it. As Delta now down by just 2 points. Montserrat no good. Ganya another rebound. Delta pushing the break, ends up in the hands of Matt De Leon. Finishing the fast break play for the Delta, and the game is tied. Approaching the 6-minute mark of the first period. Codinera looking for someone inside. Montserrat thought about it. Kabegin mid-range J. Money. Lloyd Kabegin trying to pick up from where he left off after being the star of their game, their last win against the Quezon All-Stars. Trying to lead his team once again. Santos. Jeff Santos squeezes his way inside. Like Kabegin, Santos was the star of their last game, so he's also trying to pick up from where he left off. Montserrat. Abarcar for 3. No good. Tamayo the rebound. Tamayo decides to take it himself, and he draws the foul. That's on Montserrat. Danny Diocampo with that jumper. Or Kabegin rather. Then it's Santos on the other end. Manu Codinera taking a breather. Tamayo thought about it. Tamayo inside for 2. Tamayo giving the Delta their first taste of the lead after trailing most of the way in this opening period. Again, take a look. Hesitation move by Tamayo. Decides to take it in. Gets rewarded with that wide open layup. Ocampo and Montserrat taking a break for Muntinlupa as Abarcar kicks it out. The shot from the right corner is no good. Victoria with the fake and the finish. Nice fake that time for Victoria. As the Delta suddenly now with a 4-point lead. Nice feed, bullet pass inside to Victoria. And with the patience, faking off Gonzalez and finishing with that short stab to give them a 4-point lead. Mark Tamayo, the orchestrator of the offense, flirting with a double-double with 11 points and 9 assists in their last game against the Quezon All-Stars. So expect the same kind of facilitating for Mark Tamayo, the man expected to run the Pampanga offense, and they're now on top by 4 points, less than 5 minutes to go in this opening frame. Villablanca, one of the subs for Muntinlupa, coming in. No good that time. Delta go inside, but a turnover. Abarcar on the break. Abarcar drops it to Villablanca. Inside, that's Abarcar. No count, but there's a foul. Anticlimactic play that time as an offensive foul was called. As Madanlo getting called for that offensive foul after warding off his defender. Ganya. Zapanta. Inside, finds his way open in the lane. Immediate offense for Zapanta as the Delta up by 6 points. Semasio. Now the relievers coming in for the Constructicons. Butterfinger hands as Semasio loses the leather. Wasted opportunity. Take a look at this Zapanta inside incursion. Instant offense for the Delta. Villablanca directing Muntinlupa traffic. Take a look at the rebounding story. Pampanga Delta already out rebounding the Muntinlupa Constructicons 17-5. So that has been the key early on in this game. 6-point lead for the Delta. Tamayo. And this is one of the also the keys of the story. Points in the paint. Pampanga Delta outscoring Muntinlupa 14-0. But Mark Tamayo showing they can also score from outside with that 3-point bomb. 18-9 is the count. Strong on that jumper. Tamayo on the break. Victoria denied. And the ball stays with Pampanga. Take a look at that 3-point bomb. Mark Tamayo showing he can also hit it from outside as CJ Ganya overcomes the hit and still gets it to go as the Delta suddenly up by double digits, 20-9, approaching the 2-minute mark of the opening frame. Muntinlupa trying to inch closer but no go on that layup. Zapanta using the De La Cruz screen. Miscommunication that time as the intended pass goes out of bounds rather. Gonzalez facilitating inside to Semasio, but he gets denied. Tamayo on the other end. Tamayo all the way. He gets it to go and the foul. Bucket and the bonus. Mark Tamayo. Shifty move inside for 2 and the foul. Semasio denied that time by the Pampanga defense, and on the counter-attack, Mark Tamayo, shifty player, scoring inside and getting the bonus. Mark completes the three-point play, and just like that, Pampanga is up by 13 big points, or 14 points rather, late in this first quarter. Floater. Villablanca, however, scores on that floater to inch closer. And some action inside, post up. De La Cruz drawing that foul. Muntinlupa actually is on the penalty. So 2 free throws for De La Cruz and the Delta. No good on the first free throw. CJ Ganya takes a break. Victoria also taking a breather, as well as Tamayo, after a solid facilitating job in the first quarter. Empty trip from the foul line is De La Cruz, as Muntinlupa tries to take advantage. Inside, Gonzalez. That was a drawn foul by Gonzalez after getting entangled with the Pampanga defense. That's on Lianco. Lianco's second personal foul. Not yet on the penalty as Pampanga. Gonzalez kicks it out. Madanlo. Madanlo for 3. No go. Rebound by the Delta. Zapanta. And the foul apparently called that time. De La Cruz getting called for an offensive foul. As De La Cruz was looking for a non-foul or non-call that time, but to no avail. Madanlo gets it deflected, and the Delta get the steal. Malyari on the attack, floater, in and out. Sampang the offensive board, and he draws the foul. Carl Sampang on the foul line. Misses the first free throw. A handful of free throw misses already for the Pampanga Delta despite this early lead in the first quarter. As the second free throw, still no go, but De La Cruz was there to clean up the mess. So not a waste of opportunity that time to bring the lead back up to 13 points. Gonzalez, the steal. Zapanta now on the break, but they can't get a shot on time as Mark Sampang trying to lead this team, but Mark Tamayo was the key player in this game after being a solid facilitator on offense and also knowing how to score and how to pass, like that pass right there. And that three-point bomber right there to lead the Delta to a 14-point lead after this first quarter. And we're back to the ball game. It's the main event between Pampanga and Muntinlupa. Take a look at the cell phones. Actually, all the cell phones from both teams. This is a practice by the NBL to protect the integrity of the ball game. So this is one of their ways to do that, by confiscating the cell phones before the games and only being returned after the games. NBL executive Rose Montreal mentioned that even one executive last season committed that violation and he was slapped a hefty fine. So no one is spared from that practice by the NBL to protect, again, the integrity of the ball game. As we head to the second quarter of the main event between the Constructicons and the host team and the defending champions, the Pampanga Delta, who are enjoying a 13-point lead early on. Or a 14-point lead rather in this early juncture of the second quarter. Coach Jerome Ejercito not liking what he's seeing so far after the turnover by his team. Sampang. Sampang, yes! Mark Sampang. Also an immediate offensive provider for the Delta. The lead is now ballooned to 16. They kick it out. That's Gonzalez, no good for three, but he draws the foul. Bailout foul that time as De La Cruz commits that foul. Again, Sampang powering his way inside and gets control and the shot. Gonzalez misses the first free throw, but he still has two more to go to at least trim the gap for Muntinlupa, and he does get the second one to go. And the third one is good. Gonzalez converting that free throw attempt, cutting the lead to still a huge 14-point lead. Near steal by Muntinlupa as Ochoa nearly loses that letter. And a foul called. Is that an offensive foul? Yes, it is. That's on De La Cruz. Another foul on De La Cruz after bumping his opponent. Plus he gets warned for resentment to a call. As the reinforcements coming in for the Delta. Shot from outside, no go. They keep possession and the shot is good. Madanlo getting that short stab to go in as they slowly inch closer. As you take a look at the bench points, again, Pampanga still leading 10-4, but the Muntinlupa slowly getting some bench production courtesy of Madanlo. As a foul called, referees reviewing how harsh that foul was. Again, take a look at this replay. Liangco and Tendenilla banging bodies. Again, take a look at the shot and the, oh, is that the elbow, a clear elbow that time from Tendenilla? Is it above the head or above the neck? Referee still reviewing that play. As Coach Jerome Ejercito, the former NBA star, trying to restore some order for Muntinlupa. A heated battle. And Governor Dennis Delta Pineda calling the shots for the defending champions. Enjoying this 12-point lead. Again, the referees confirming and if that was a flagrant foul. As first, that Sampang 3-point bucket is good. And indeed, it was a flagrant foul. That's on Tendenilla. That results in a 3-minute break. He is forced to sit on the bench for the next 3 minutes. As a huge break in favor of Pampanga. As Liangco gets a free throw and the Delta get a possession after the shot. And Liangco converts. The Delta, again, the defending champions, trying to take advantage of that flagrant foul. Again, the referees. This time it's Danny Diocampo going up against Liangco. Reminding them to keep their heads cool. Liangco. Can they take advantage? Sampang. Malyari, Pangalangan, looking for that ball inside. Malyari, the layup is good. Right in the nick of time as Malyari, as the lead is back up to 16, or 18 rather. Three-pointer, Madanlo, still no go. And ball goes to the other end. Again, take a look at this replay. Malyari slicing his way through the defense and getting that layup to go. Malyari, pull up J, no go. De Ocampo the rebound. Jumper from the corner, no good. Muntinlupa keeps possession, Gonzalez, but Malyari was there to get the steal. Muntinlupa tried to retake that ball, but to no avail. Shot is up, no good. Lianco, the offensive board. Sampang denied. Nice timing that time from Madanlo. As Lloyd Cabigin coming back in for Muntinlupa to try to restore or get some scoring punch for Muntinlupa. Lianco takes a seat. As Munoz coming in for Malyari. This time he takes his turn to orchestrate the Pampanga offense as Sampang. Another three. Different result this time. Muntinlupa on the break. Madanlo, no good. The ball stays with Muntinlupa. De Ocampo. Gonzalez thought about it. They go inside, but the steal by the Delta. Wasted possession that time. Now the Constructicons inside. Quick trigger that time for Gonzalez. Finally, he gets on the board. But still, the Constructicons are down big. Sampang inside. De Leon with the lefty finish. Avoiding that block and finishing with the left hand. Matt De Leon. Short on that jumper is Gonzalez. Delta on the break. And the shot is no good. But there's a whistle on a foul. As Madanlo gets called for that foul, Gonzalez finally on the board, and on the other end, Matt De Leon with the lefty finish. Although Lloyd Cabegin asked for a foul that time, but he didn't get the whistle. As Ochoa coming in from the bench misses that first free throw. And the second one is good. Kenneth Ochoa putting the lead back up to 19 points. Danny De Ocampo, the hook doesn't fall. Ochoa the rebound. Muntinlupa on the counter. Santiago no good on that teardrop. Sampang inside, Pangalangan, no good. The big guy loses the leather. Sampang on the counter. Carl Sampang. Does he get the bucket? He does. Bucket and the bonus. Carl Sampang. Thinking that that was a foul down low, but no. They count the bucket. Continuation for Carl Sampang. And he completes the three-point play. As the Delta, with the biggest lead of the ball game, 22 points. Wide left by Unisa on that three-point attempt. As Coach Jerome Ejercito eager to get some production from anyone from the bench, as they are stuck to just 17 points. Ochoa thought about it, decides to take it, no go. And ball goes to Muntinlupa. Codinera back in the game. Quick trigger three. No good on that bank shot attempt. Munoz inside. Slicing his way inside is Munoz. And that forces Muntinlupa to call for time as the Delta are pouring it on. Sidestepping his way inside is Munoz. As the lead has ballooned to this margin, 41-17. Can the Delta continue to pour it on? We'll find out. And we're back to the ball game. The home crowd certainly enjoying this 24-point lead by their host team, the Pampanga Delta, against the Muntinlupa Constructicons. As the Delta try to go for back-to-back wins and are eager to stop the Muntinlupa win streak and take them over in the team standings. Currently, Muntinlupa is tied with La Union on top with 2-0, while Pampanga is running second with 1 win in their first game. As you take a look at that replay, a foul on Santos. Jeff Santos gets called for that foul, forcing Codinera to the foul line, and he gets the free throw. Ganya looking for a teammate. He gets it to Munoz against the pressure D. They find De Leon inside. The lefty layup is good again. Pampanga Delta finding holes in that pressure D. Diocampo kicks it out. Unisa, no good. De Leon the rebound. Ganya thought about it. Munoz directing traffic. Inside to Ganya. What a nice alley-oop play. No-look feed ending in the alley-oop finish for CJ Ganya, the Kapampangan Skywalker. Santiago inside. Codinera. Cross-court pass. Deflected by Ganya. CJ to Munoz, inside for 2. CJ Ganya, nice feed to Munoz, who finishes the fast break. Unisa thought about it. Still no go. That's 0 for 3 from the field from Unisa. As De Leon cleans it up. Double team D. Munoz open. Inside, short. Another opportunity. And a foul drawn by Santos. Take a look at that no-look feed to CJ Ganya. Nice communication between those two guards. And Ganya also showing his playmaking skills with that feed to Munoz. Returning the favor to the passer. Santos strong on that free throw attempt. Muntinlupa trying to find some answers here. Cabegin, mid-range J is good. Lloyd Cabegin stops the bleeding for Muntinlupa, but still a huge margin with less than 4 minutes left in the first half. Cabegin gets called for the foul, or traveling rather. Ronan Santos called for steps. And let's see if Cabegin and the rest of Muntinlupa can take advantage. Codinera, Montserrat, Diocampo, and turnover. Another wasted opportunity for the Constructicons. Santos using the Santos screen. Ganya for 3. Lista mo na! CJ Ganya showing his newfound range from outside. A rare three-pointer, CJ Ganya knocking it down to give them a 29-point lead. And Matt De Leon with the rejection on the other end. The Delta doing it on both ends. Ganya pulling the trigger on that 3. And he hits the mark. Pampanga, however, getting warned for improper bench decorum as Coach Dennis Delta Pineda just laughing it off. The team governor Alan Trinidad. Turnover by Muntinlupa. A chance to extend this lead further. Santos all the way inside. Another inside incursion for Jeffrey Santos. And this is the biggest lead of the ball game for the Pampanga Delta. Ballooning to 31 big points. Montserrat, Cabegin, familiar spot, different result. Santos the rebound. Ganya looking for his teammate, but ball gets deflected. Munoz looking for a teammate, finds Ganya. CJ making the move on Codinera for 3, no good this time. Diocampo with the rebound. Abarcar. Codinera on the left side. Jumper falls finally. Much needed offense for Muntinlupa, getting it late in this first half. Santos to Santos connection. But a foul was called. Is that an illegal screen? Ronan Santos getting called for that offensive foul. Mark Tamayo coming in. Abarcar looking for someone inside. Montserrat takes the three. Strong on that shot. And De Leon collars the rebound. Santos inside. Abarcar with the steal. And steal by Tamayo on the other end. CJ Ganya, a highlight finish. Making sure to finish that shot. Lead is back up to 31. And the steal, same play for Tamayo that time. Drops it to Ganya, who finishes the fast break. CJ Ganya from Mark Tamayo. What a finish. The lead has ballooned to 33. Montserrat floating it up, but doesn't get it to fall. Victoria on the other end. Ganya. Another three. Another make. CJ Ganya. That's his second three-point bomb of this game. And don't look now. It's a 36-point lead for Pampanga Delta. The Delta just pouring it on. Again, CJ Ganya pulling the trigger and has the license to shoot. And repaying that faith with that second three-point bomb of the game. Cordillera, the deflection on the three that time by De Leon. Santos. De Leon, no good. But despite that, it has been all Pampanga. As you see some color there, Jeffrey Santos and a Muntinlupa player. Here Ganya, CJ Ganya showing all the arsenal with 19 points and 4 boards in their last game. Already with 16 points, 4 boards and 1 assists on an efficient 7 of 11 shooting from the field. He has done it all. The Kapampangan Skywalker making his hometown proud as the Delta enjoying this huge lead. Again, the three-pointer by Ganya propelling the Delta to this huge 36-point lead. We'll talk about the stats after this break.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag. May kahalong pangarap, gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan. Walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa. Sa alab na puso laging naasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat. Panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalap ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat, hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, takas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutiin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging naasa, handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita sa mundo ang pagkakaiba. Pag may pangarap, handang makipagsabayan sa bawat larong walang humpay, kamay na gustong sumabay. Bawat sakit na may aray, kahit mapagod maglaway, gagawin ko ang lahat kahit ang kaya di sapat. Kahit ang pawis pumakatuloy pa din sa pag-angat, hindi ako mapipigilan lumipad. Ibibigay ko ang lahat sagad-sagad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Ang hirap handa kong daanan, hindi susukuan, dapat pag-usayan, tuloy-tuloy lang. Kakayanin na lahat na harapin, kahit mahirap sisikaping abutin. Sa itaas ay tumingin, pagbutihin ang lahat, ang bituin ay sungkitin. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay, sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, lakas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng puso hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, homegrown hanggang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang liga ng bayan, nag-aalab ng puso hanggang makipagsabayan. Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging aasa, handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat.
And we're back to the ball game. A dominant showing so far from the Pampanga Delta. A 36-point lead over the Muntinlupa Constructicons. A test of toughness, but it has been all tough for the Pampanga Delta despite that Danny D. Ocampo early incursions. An early onslaught for Muntinlupa, but CJ Ganya and the rest of the Delta were there to quickly turn the game around and pour it on the offensive end, leading to this huge lead. Already 13 points up after the end of the first quarter, and in the second quarter it was still all the same as CJ Ganya doing it on both ends of the floor. And on the offensive end with this 3-point bomb, and one of these two steals by Mark Tamayo, leading to that quick fast break opportunity by CJ Ganya. As you take a look at the numbers, field goal shooting is certainly better shooting as the Delta, and certainly they have outclassed in the rebounds, the points in the paint, and other statistics. And CJ Ganya showing the way already with 16 points. So Mark Tamayo and Sampang already with 8, and Matt De Leon with 7. And on the other end, it has only been Danny D. Ocampo and Manu Codiniera providing the sufficient offensive production for Muntinlupa. So they need some help from Lloyd Cabegin, who only has 4 points so far after leading the way, after scoring double digits in their last win against the Quezon All-Stars. So we'll see if Lloyd Cabegin can pick up his scoring ways in the second half. Coach Jerome Ojercito doing the talking, and CJ Ganya, for sure a crowd favorite due to his athleticism, and we'll see more of that in the second half, unless Francis Abarcar and the rest of the Constructicons can find some answers to at least trim this lead further, with assistant coach Camille Santos sitting beside head coach and Pampanga Governor Dennis Delta Pineda calling the shots for the Delta, trying to win another championship in the NBL. As a technical foul was reviewed and called, leading to a free throw for Mark Tamayo. So the woes, the frustrations are piling up for Muntinlupa, with the third quarter yet to start and Pampanga already adding to their total. Again, we're glad to have you with us here at the Brenzigiao Convention Center in San Fernando, Pampanga for this main event of the scheduled doubleheader in the NBL Season 2022 Chairman's Cup. The Delta are enjoying this huge lead over the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Earlier, it was the Taguig Generals holding off the Kamsur Express as Joshua De La Cruz clearly pushing off his defender to get called for that offensive foul. We'll see if Muntinlupa can turn things around or start to turn things around early in this juncture. And a rare turnover that time. Miscommunication by Mark Tamayo and De La Cruz. Let's see if Muntinlupa can pounce once again. Abarcar driving to the right, and foul down low is called. That's on Sampang. Abarcar, the former San Beda guard, yet to score in this game. But he heard me, so he scores his first three-pointer off that three-point bucket. So finally, some much-needed offensive production from the Muntinlupa backcourt. Foul on Muntinlupa. Ganya looking for a teammate. The big guy, Pangalangan, is back in the ball game. The ball goes to the other end. Early turnover so far for Pampanga. Let's see if Muntinlupa can pounce on this. Montserrat outside the Abarcar, no good on the three. Still Abarcar with the ball, the layup, no good. Another chance. Now it's Gonzalez facing the 2-3 defense of the Delta. Morishka, the shot is no good. Another opportunity wasted this time. And some extra motion from Francis Abarcar. Frustration clearly showing for Muntinlupa as he tries to go for the steal, but a little bit too much that time. Take a look at that again. De La Cruz. Let's see if he's also a culprit. Abarcar looks like he was trying to sell that call. But we'll see. So it was actually De La Cruz who got called for a technical, a harsher penalty, as Abarcar only got called for a regular foul, while De La Cruz was called for a technical for second motion. Dennis Pineda talking to the referee. Ganya inside Pangalanan. Pangalanan trying to power his way inside. Loses the leather. Abarcar. Sabado. Jumper is good on a Sunday. First bucket for Sabado. Still a huge lead, 31-point lead for the Delta. Abarcar getting warned for delaying the game. Some pressure D being shown, but Sampang quickly gets it across. Tamayo, open for three. Lista mo na! Mark Tamayo making the defense pay with that top of the key three. Muntinlupa still getting dizzy on the defensive end. As Mark Tamayo failed coverage that time by Andre Montserrat leads to that open three by Mark Tamayo. Sabado, floater is good. Finally, some much needed offense. Back-to-back hits for Sabado. Tamayo inside, Pangalanan. Pangalanan. De La Cruz, Jay, no good. Sabado the rebound. Sabado. Sabado inside. Denied by Ganya. Nice timing again by CJ Ganya. Morisca thought he was wide open, but Ganya was there for the rejection. Sabado inside over Pangalanan, and he draws the foul. Hilario Sabado on the foul line. Sabado in and out, and that has been the story of the ball game for the whole Muntinlupa team. Can't get anything right. After a solid first few minutes of the first quarter, everything has been downhill for the Constructicons, who have been dismantled by the Pampanga Delta. And another miss, empty trip on that foul line attempt, or foul line. Now it's Sampang, draws the foul. Ganya gets called or draws that foul on Morisca. Is that a shooting foul? No, it's just down low, foul down low. Still a fresh shot clock for Pampanga. Turnover by the Delta and a foul. Is that on Sampang? Referees are about to review this play. Gonzalez trying to rally his troops. Take a look at this play. Was there a foul? Sampang just bumping bodies with a Muntinlupa player. Was that warranted? So just a regular foul. by Carl Sampang on Villa Blanca. Inside to Sabado. Tamayo with the deflection. Spin move, Gonzalez drops it down low. Now it's Montserrat with the floater. Still no go. And Victoria with the rebound. Tamayo on the break. Ganya with a slammer! Nice connection inside, and the Kapampangan Skywalker with the finish to the delight of the Pampanga crowd. Always a highlight reel waiting to happen, just like this one as Tamayo feeds it to CJ Ganya for the finish. Highlight reel finish once again. We've seen it one too many times from the Kapampangan Skywalker doing what he does best. Villa Blanca on the other end with that free throw conversion. Tristan Villablanca trying to silence the crowd, but to no avail as he misses the second free throw. Munoz. Ganya. Back to Munoz. Munoz doesn't get it to fall, but De Leon was there to clean it up. Everything going well for the Pampanga Delta as they lead by 35. The denial by Matt De Leon on the other end. A dominant performance for the Pampanga Delta on both ends of the floor.
16 seconds to shoot. 16 seconds.
Easy putback that time, and the block on the other end for Matt De Leon. Gonzalez for three. Still no go. Victoria gets the rebound. Santos going all the way for two. Again, failed defensive coverage that time. No man in the middle for Muntinlupa, leading to that easy layup for last game's best player of the game, Jeff Santos. Still nothing going for the Constructicons on offense. Ganya. Santos putting the moves on Gonzalez inside, and he draws the foul. Nice shifty move that time from Jeff Santos. Again, that failed defensive coverage leading to that easy layup by Jeff Santos. Continuing from where he left off as the Delta enjoying this huge lead. And we're back to the ball game. Surely, again, this Brenzigiao Convention Center crowd enjoying what they're seeing so far as their home team, the Pampanga Delta, building this huge 37-point lead, and it's about to grow even further. Santos, although he misses the first free throw, Danny Di Ocampo trying to provide some needed offense for the Constructicons. Santos it trickles in, then the lead is up to 38 big points. Cordillera. Cross court to Villablanca. Now it's in Gonzalez's hands and he draws the foul. Victoria quickly admits to that foul. Gonzalez though can't buy a bucket on that free throw as Coach Jerome Eristo trying to search for some ways to at least trim this lead, trim this deficit to a respectable margin. And turnover, rare turnover by the Delta. William Blanca, no good as CJ Ganya was there. But the Muntinlupa looking for an interference or a goaltending. Take a look at that again, Ganya. Was that a denial? But he touched the board, so we'll see. Pampanga gets the ball. Santos inside to De Leon, no good. Victoria, the offensive board, powering his way inside. Josh Victoria. Dio Campo still no go. Another effort. Still can't buy a bucket, but he draws the foul. Talking about Danny Dio Campo. Again, take a look at this effort by Danny Di Ocampo. So far, he's the leading scorer of the team now with 7 points after that free throw. So no one from the Constructicons has yet to score in double figures. We'll see if Danny Di Ocampo can be the first one to go. Although he misses the second free throw. Munoz. Trying to get a bit fancy that time is Zapanta. Trying to drop it to Victoria. Renz Victoria, rather. But the ball ends up out of bounds to the other end. Gonzalez against Munoz. Using the Di Ocampo screen. And the foul called on Munoz. Free throws coming up for Gonzalez. And the first shot is good. Second one is also in Nicolo Gonzalez. Zapanta on the other end. Another miscommunication that time. Second straight turnover from Zapanta. And that won't make your coach happy, even if you're up this big. Cordillera, a bit open from the corner. No good. He gets his own miss. Di Ocampo. Cordillera. forcing the issue, and he draws the foul. Delta already in the penalty with still 4 minutes remaining in this third quarter. So we'll see if Muntinlupa can pounce on that, although Manu misses the first free throw. The second one also trickles out. Still a sorry miss for Codinera as the Delta retain this lead. Munoz contorting his way inside, and he draws the foul. Lloyd Cabegin getting called for that foul. And the first free throw is wide left for Jake Munoz. Again, the Delta are trying to get their second straight victory at the start of their title defense in the NBL Chairman's Cup as Munoz splits his charities. Gonzalez, pull-up J, no good. Ball goes to Zapanta, now it's with Santos. They go inside. And a foul. Is that a foul? Offensive foul. Ronan Santos as Diocampo draws the charge. Looks like Diocampo was in position to draw that charge. One of the few positives so far in this second half for the Constructicons. Gonzalez. Codinera kicks it to the left. Cabegin, familiar spot, different result again. Cabegin still can't buy a bucket. Diocampo though powers his way inside. One of the few positives flexing his muscles is Danny Diocampo. As Lianco commits that foul, Diocampo, the one-eyed wonder, powering his way inside. One of the models for this Muntinlupa and the NBL as a whole, that no ailment can stop you from pursuing your dream. As Diocampo a chance for a bucket and a bonus, and he does. An extra motion that time from Munoz, but no call. Or that's on Ochoa rather, after bit some commotion with Diocampo. Lianco wants it inside, but Santos pulls the trigger, no good. Santos. Now it's Malyari. Malyari putting the moves on his defender. Although the Delta run out of time. The Delta still up by a big 34-point lead. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Muntinlupa trying to get it at least below the 30-point mark to make this game at least more respectable. Madanlo back in the ball game. Gonzalez. Villablanca on the wing, no good. Malyari on the counterattack. Turnover. Danny Di Ocampo, finally an easy basket for Muntinlupa. But the lead is still up by over 30 points. Let's see if Muntinlupa can inch closer. Liangco inside, Ronan Santos. Back to Liangco, the big man passing results in a mid-range J for Liangco. Lead back up to 34. Cabegin inside, draws the foul from Ronan Santos. Lloyd Cabegin trying to get his points from the charity stripe. And he gets the friendly bounce. Cabegin had 18 points and 5 rebounds in their last game in just 23 minutes to lead the Constructicons to a 3-point win over the Quezon All-Stars. And he gets the second free throw to go. That's just his 5th point or 6th point of the ball game. Nowhere near his output in the last game. Malyari wide open for 3. Doesn't get it to fall, however, but Liangco was there to clean up the mess. Malyari though. And the foul was called on Ronan Santos. As Barlao heading to the foul line for 2. Short on that free throw attempt. Muntinlupa still can't get a decent free throw percentage as Barlao splits his charities. As a team, the Constructicons shooting just 15 of 24 or 15 of 25 from the foul line. So that those misses haven't helped them at least try to inch closer in this gap. Jeffrey Santos drawing that foul. Montserrat called for that foul. Less than a minute left in this 3rd quarter. Santos gets the first free throw to go. Second one doesn't fall. But another opportunity for the Delta with this possession. Open 3 from the right wing, no good. Santos the offensive board, still no go. Madando the rebound. Montserrat open from the corner for 3, no good. Santos finds Malyari, all open, all the way. As Malyari scores, forcing Muntinlupa to call another timeout. But there's some action there between Madanlo and Malyari. Let's see what the officials call on this. After this Malyari fast break play, Madanlo and Malyari banging bodies. Let's see what the officials call. And we're back to the ball game. If you just heard, Mark Malyari was called for a technical foul for second motion on a dead ball play, trying to retaliate on that bump by Madanlo after that fast break opportunity or fast break conversion by Malyari. 10.2 seconds left in the quarter. Solid D by the Delta. And they get the ball once again. Santos trying to add to the total. Can't get it to go. Still, the Pampanga Delta enjoying this huge lead, 80-44. A dominant performance as Tamayo and the rest of the Pampanga Delta have been pouring it on. Ganya on defense and Ganya on offense as well with those highlight plays. The human highlight reel doing what he does best, and Jeffrey Santos picking up from where he left off as the Delta enjoying this huge lead. And we're back to the ball game. The crowd here at the Brent Zigel Convention Center surely enjoying the game between the home team and the Muntinlupa Constructicons, as their home team is enjoying this huge 36-point lead and are poised to get their second straight victory. The defending champions trying to gain a share of the lead with La Union, while Muntinlupa could lose their first game after 2 straight wins. But Tendenilla scoring early on in this fourth quarter. Matt De Leon continuing to pour it on for the Pampanga Delta. Tendenilla short, and Ganya with the board. Ochoa wide open for 3 on the corner. And guess who passed it? It's CJ Ganya showing his playmaking skills. Abarcar trying to retaliate, to no avail. Malyari, stop and pop Jay, a bit strong on that shot. And there's a foul. That loose ball foul. Abarcar getting called for that foul. But that three-pointer, keeping the crowd engaged, is Ochoa with a three-point bomb. And another would have been 3, but it just goes out. Montserrat on the other end. Tough shot that time over Ganya. And Ganya was there to block it off. But Montserrat cleaning it up. Ganya, another 3, another conversion. CJ Ganya continuing to pour it on for the defending champions. Ganya already with 21 big points to lead his team. Skabegin scores on the counter. Still a long way to go. Ochoa, no go. Then Denilla. Pass deflected by CJ Ganya again. CJ all over the floor. CJ with another three-point bomber. That's his third three-point conversion of the ball game. 3 of 6 for a solid 50% shooting from downtown is CJ Ganya. But Lloyd Cabegin was there for back-to-back hits. Is it a little too late for Lloyd Cabegin? We'll find out. And there's a foul. That's on Matt De Leon, getting called for that foul. After losing that leather, De Leon commits that foul on Abarcar. Abarcar thought about it. Now it's Montserrat. Pull up J. Matt De Leon getting called for that foul. A bailout foul. He can't believe the call. As Montserrat already had no option to take the shot, to get the shot up. But they have another opportunity here. Montserrat, floater, no good. Cabegin gets denied by De La Cruz. Ganya. Malyari. Ball movement solid, but no go. De Leon, the offensive board, and he gets rewarded with 2 free throws. Matt De Leon not giving up on the play, although he misses the first free throw. And the ball goes to the other end. Lane violation called on the Pampanga Delta. Then Denilla, the jumper. Shots finally falling this late in the game for Muntinlupa. And a steal. No good. But Montserrat was there for the cleanup job. And Muntinlupa trying to stay alive or at least make this game respectable. Then Denilla and Abarcar gets called for that foul. Five fouls on Francis Abarcar, former San Beda guard. A bit too much on that, trying to steal that attempt. There was a bump that time. Another steal. Montserrat fakes Ganya and then still gets denied. CJ Ganya. What a recovery. Ganya on the other end. No go. That would have blown the house down. Gonzalez, no good on the J. And there was a push on Ganya. Or Sabado pushing Ganya and getting called for the foul. Montserrat thinking he already faked Ganya, but Ganya showing his quick second jump. The athleticism oozing for this Skywalker. Tamayo for 3, no good. Ganya, an offensive board. They go inside. And the steal. Montserrat. Tendenilla. Cabeg in the mid-range. Jay is good. Cabegin finally finding the mark in this late stage of the game. Still, it's a huge 30-point lead for the Delta. De La Cruz inside. Gets deflected. De Leon. His shot is denied, but there's a foul called on Tendenilla. As De Leon gets the first free throw to go. Second one, in and out. Still, the Pampanga Delta giving the Constructicons a reality check after Muntinlupa won their first 2 games. Tendenilla, however, doesn't get it to fall. De Leon on the other end gets fouled and gets the bucket. Matt De Leon towering over his defender. Nothing you can do about that. And a stare down with Gonzalez. As De Leon troops to the foul line for the bonus. He gets to complete the foul or the 3-point play. And another steal, CJ Ganya. And Gonzalez trying to derail or deny that fast break attempt. CJ Ganya thought he had the highlight reel again waiting to happen. But Gonzalez was there to hack the hacking job as the officials review the call. As a flagrant foul is called as Nicolo Gonzalez is forced to sit on the bench for 5 minutes this time. And Ganya trying to pounce on that flagrant as he gets the free throw. And in extra possession for the Delta. Two for two from the foul line. As everything has been going right for the Delta while everything has went wrong for Francis Abarcar and the rest of the Muntinlupa Constructicons. Tamayo. Sampang for 3. No go. Abarcar the rebound. The steal by Ganya. Another steal. Now it's Tamayo. And Abarcar happy to not be a victim of that fast break. And Montserrat draws the foul. That's probably on Pangalanan. Will that also be a flagrant foul? The referees are checking it out. Take a look. Montserrat. A hard foul that time by Pangalanan, trying to prevent that layup opportunity. And indeed, as Jeremiah Pangalanan gets called for the flagrant foul, forced to sit on the bench. The Pampanga coaching staff deciding who to replace Pangalanan. As Muntinlupa talks it over. We'll be right back. And back to the ball game. The Muntinlupa Constructicons getting a harsh reality check courtesy of the Pampanga Delta. Muntinlupa, after winning their first 2 games of the season, are now in the middle or on the wrong side of a blowout. This time, no thanks to the Pampanga Delta, the defending champions in the NBL. As Montserrat gets the second free throw to go. And another possession thanks to the flagrant foul of Jeremiah Pangalanan. Abarcar for 3. No go and a foul. Kicking. Offensive foul on Francis Abarcar. And that's it for Francis Abarcar after picking up his 6th personal foul. It has been that kind of a night for Francis Abarcar as he extended his foot. And that's an automatic offensive foul right there. Montserrat with a steal. Andre inside, drops it to Danny Di Ocampo for 2. Di Ocampo still not giving up on this game. Although they're still down by a huge 33-point margin. The Delta just putting on the finishing touches in this game, and they are well on their way to their 2nd straight victory. And a share of the lead with La Union. Sampang adds to the total, increases the lead to 35. Montserrat inside, Cabegin. Lloyd Cabegin finally showing what he did right in their last game, but I think it's a little bit too late, as the Delta are still enjoying this huge cushion with less than 4 minutes remaining in this game. Montserrat. Andre Montserrat, a rare 3 for Andre Montserrat. Let's see if Muntinlupa can cut the lead below 30 points. Montserrat inside to Di Ocampo for 2 and the bonus. Finally, Muntinlupa able to at least trim the lead to less than 30 points. Still a seemingly insurmountable lead. Di Ocampo, one of the few bright spots in this game for Muntinlupa. As he completes the 3-point play. Again, both teams trying to put on the finishing touches on this game. We'll be right back. And we're back to the ball game. Coach Jerome Ejercito and Team Governor Jerry Codinera with a sad look on their faces as their team is trailing by a huge margin and are about to suffer their first loss in this tournament, as Ronan Santos again continuing to put the finishing touches on the Delta scoring. Montserrat another three, still no go. Sampang. Yanko. About to run out of time, and they do. Montserrat. Codinera taking it strong to the hoop in a rare inside incursion for the son of Coach Jerry Codinera. Sampang. Victoria faking it. And draws the foul. Renz Victoria on the foul line. And he hits the first free throw as Victoria has formed a potent front line combination with Ronan Santos. After making that second free throw, as you take a look, if you take a look at the points in the paint, the Delta have outscored them, the Muntinlupa 58-20. So the Delta have certainly pounded the ball inside, and they have been rewarded with those inside points. One of the stories of the ball game. 2-minute mark. Santos inside. No good, but Victoria again is there for the follow-up. Still no go. Diocampo. Codinera with a finish. .27 lead for the Delta. Victoria gets fouled by Cabegin. One positive spot for the Constructicons is the points of turnovers. They actually lead the Delta 32-28, but the rest of the statistics show that the Delta have dominated this game throughout, inside and outside, showing they really are poised for their title defense. As Montserrat with one of the last few scores, and Victoria finds himself wide open for that layup, and another timeout is called. The Delta again after that easy layup by Victoria with this huge lead. We'll be right back. And we're back to the ball game. The Pampanga Delta on their way to a blowout victory this time. They lead 103-75 against the Muntinlupa Constructicons. A victory will be a second straight win for the Pampanga Delta and will put them in a share of the lead with the La Union Power, who are also 2-0 in their first two games. Muntinlupa, on the other hand, are set to suffer their first loss after starting the season with 2 straight wins. And they get a rare or a reality check courtesy of the defending champions. So they have a lot to talk about in the next few practices. And that has been the story of the ball game. Ronan Santos dominating his way inside, forming a tall, towering front court combination with Renz Victoria. Silot sneaking in with that foul. Sampang just milking the clock dry after a solid performance for Sampang and the rest of the Pampanga Delta. No good on that three. And the final buzzer sounds. It's a huge victory for the Pampanga Delta, 105-78 against the Muntinlupa Constructicons. We'll talk to the best player of the game after this break.
Handa na makipagsabayan, kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papatak, kada apak at yabag, may kahalong pangarap gustong maiangat. Larong aking pinag-usayan, walang pake kahit na malatayan. Kahit anong sabihin nila, wala akong pakialam sa lahat ng bagay. Alam nyo na ba, hindi nyo ako maikukumpara. Bawat laro sa aking kada pasa, sa alab na puso laging aasa. Handang sugurin ang lahat, tigante man ang katapat, panis yan sa'kin sapagkat panalo ay aking hangad. Mabigyan ng buhay, pangarap at hangarin na maging mahusay. Sa daang matira matibay, ang kailangan ko lang ay magsanay. Hindi na pwede na ako ay panghinaan, lahat ng harang ay aking sasagasaan. Walang mahirap kung hindi paglalaanan, tapas at tapang sa bawat laban. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, homegrown, handang makipagsabayan. NBL, ito ang ligan ng bayan, nag-aalab ng pusong handang makipagsabayan. Pasok palagi ang bola, hindi naliligaw. Batang may galawan, kaya halimaw bumitaw. Bawat pagtira may kumpiyansa sa sarili, di mapigil ng marami, malupit na dumiskarte. Handang pakita.
And we're back to the ball game. A huge 27-point victory by the Pampanga Delta against the Muntinlupa Constructicons. And one of the reasons why is this pogging best player of the game, CJ Ganya, doing it all on the floor, offense and defense, showing you why he's the best. The Kruberg best player of the game, 23 points, 8 boards, 2 assists, 3 steals and 4 blocks. Fantasy numbers for the Kapampangan Skywalker. And we have with us our Kruberg best player of the game, CJ Ganya. Jay.
Yes po, hello.
Maraming salamat at thank you for your time. What was the mindset heading into this game? 2-0 ang Muntinlupa, pero how did you see them going into this game?
Yun na sinabi lang ni coach sa amin na pagpursigihan lang namin yung defense namin and darating yung opensa namin. Yun, nagbunga nga yung ginawa naming depensa.
Tapos 3 out of 7 ka sa 3-point distance. You were not known before as a 3-point shooter, but now, do you think yun yung isa sa mga dine-develop mo sa one of your facets of the game?
Yun Tuwing training namin, maaga akong dumarating, tapos yon extra effort sa shooting, then dribbling. Kaya yon, nagka-shooting.
Yun, dahil ikaw best player, may gusto kang batiin, Jay.
Yes po, gusto kong batiin yung misis ko, si Angela, and yung family niya, Laksamana. And binabati ko yung family ko na Ganya family sa San Jose Malino, and yung family ko sa Coron, Palawan. And binabati ko nga pala yung sponsor namin, Royce Hotel, Pradera, BGC, and Power Ups, Sir Raymond. Ako si CJ Ganya, certified homegrown ng Pampanga Delta.
And there you have it, our best player of the game, CJ Ganya, the Kapampangan Skywalker, leading the Pampanga Delta to a 105-78 victory over the Muntinlupa Constructicons. The Delta on their way to a back-to-back wins to gain a share of the lead. And let's take a look at the game highlights in this test of toughness between both erstwhile unbeaten teams. So we would see who gets the first loss and who gets to keep their winning streak alive. It was Matt De Leon again forming a potent front court combination with Victoria and Ronan Santos, to give the Delta a 13-point lead early on. And it was just the same all the way as CJ Ganya showing what he does best: shooting, playmaking, and especially on defense, as well as Tamayo. CJ Ganya finishing that fast break to give them a 59-23 lead at the break. But it doesn't stop there as Mark Tamayo takes his turn to pour it on, and CJ Ganya continuing to deliver on both ends of the floor with that block and that highlight reel of a slam. That certainly will be one of the top plays of the week and of the season as they get an 80-44 lead entering the fourth and final frame. Muntinlupa tried to inch closer and they were able to at least put the lead below 30 points, but still it was too much. Ronan Santos and the rest of the Delta with those easy incursions leading to a huge 27-point victory. The Delta now 2-0 and a share of the lead with La Union Power. So on behalf of our production crew, again, take a look at Mark Tamayo, the shooting. So catch some more homegrown basketball action next week here in the NBL. On behalf of our hardworking production staff, my name is Carlos Ocamos. It's been a pleasure to take you through the action in today's doubleheader in the NBL Pilipinas. Ito ang tahanan ng tunay na homegrown.
Yeah, handa na makipagsabayan. Kahit anong nakaharang handang tapakan. Bawat pawis na papata